Hello everyone. With this course, Java Basic plus Selenium Automation, we are now learning about overloading and overriding difference. Both the things we have done actually. Overloading also as a concept with example we have done. Overriding also we did it. But we should understand the difference between these two. Right? And interviews also, um, you know, it's a good question. It's the favorite question from, generally the interviewer's side. Okay, fine. For this, just for the reference, I am taking this from one of the website called Tutorials Point. They have listed out the difference. Okay. And with the difference, we will understand through example that what they are saying. Okay. So here, method overloading and method overriding, what is the difference? Method overloading is known as compile time polymorphism. Okay, method overloading is known as compile time polymorphism. Method overriding is known as runtime polymorphism. So there is a difference. Okay, so this is called compile time, this is runtime. Why they are saying this? Let's understand through example. So let me create a new class here. I'll say overloading demo, or it's fine. Overloading demo class name is also fine. No issue in that. But generally, class name should be some kind of entity name, but it's fine. Like class, employee, student, those kind of things will be good. But I want to capture, what we are doing through the class name. That's why I'm just putting it like this. Fine. Here, let's understand first the overloading concept is very simple. Overloading is when you have multiple functions with the same name. How simple it is. Multiple functions with the same name. So for example, a very simple, I have given one area example, but do we have any other example? I'm just checking. If we have, we will use it. So add is also done. Okay, let's take area today. Area, I think we have not done. So it will be easy. It will be easy for you. So for example, I can create a function area, which will find out the area of, let's say, rectangle. Okay. So for rectangle, what are the two things we require? Length, int L, let's say, and int, what we say, width. Okay. Length and width. And what this will do? This will simply calculate the area, correct? So it will do, let's say, int area result or result area. Result area is equals to L cross W. That's it. And let's print it. System.out.println result area. Done. So this is area function. What error it is showing me? It is saying me return type for this method is missing. So in Java, when you are making a function, you have to put return type. You have to put return type. In maybe some of the programming language, let's say JavaScript, you don't have to provide return type, or probably in Python also. But in Java program, in Java program, you have to provide. Okay, so I will say void area. Now the error is gone. Now the error is gone. But it's always better that you provide the access specifier also, either public, private, those things. As of now, I am putting it public. Okay. What is void? Void is return type. Means if this function is not returning anything, that's why it's void. It's very simple. There is no return statement here inside this function, so it's void. Now, if I want to call this function, I may make one object first, correct? So what I will do, I will say overloading demo OD is equals to new overloading demo, correct? This is the way to create the object, and we will say OD dot area. But when you're calling it, you have to pass value. So let's say I'll pass 4 and 9. Okay, length has 4, width as 9 I am passing. So this is a very simple program. If I'll run this, it will simply call the area function and it will show me that 36 is the output. Okay, because the multiplication of these two values are now 4 into 9 is 36. So this is a simple function calling. But what overloading concept says that you may have the same function name again. You can have in the same class, you can have another function with the same name. But this time, let's say I will accept only one value. Okay. I will accept only one value. And this time you're passing, let's say, radius, just one variable, one value here, one parameter. So what, again, result area for circle will be what? I can have here double now, because I'll tell you why. Because pi value we want to take, right? The formula for area of circle is basically pi r square, correct? So pi value is 22 divided by 7, if you remember. It has 3.142, that value also, but it's better. The exact value is 22 by 7. Pi r square into r into, so multiplied by r and multiplied by r again. So that will become pi r square, correct? And the same thing. Now, there is no confusion with Java. The compiler is not getting any confusion that this function name and this function name both are same, but there is no error. Why? Because even before like compilation here, and at the time of compilation, it knows that both function name is same, but the number of parameter is different. Okay. So now if I want to calculate area of circle, I'll call the same function area, because the purpose of doing, things is same. This is also finding area. This is also finding area. Shape is different. Yes, obviously. So when you pass two values, it consider it as that you want to find the area of rectangle, or let's say square also. In square, length and width will be same. And if you are just passing one value, so it will get to know, okay, you want to find the area of circle. Here, when I'll pass, let's say 5, and let's run this, And then we will debug it also so that you will understand what I'm saying. So this is telling me some 36 and this is coming 75. Okay. Now here, let's debug this so that you will get to know what is happening behind the scene. Okay. So to debug it, I'm putting debug points here. I'll say right click, debug as Java application. And the program will stop here automatically. See here, when you put the debug point, it get paused at particular breakpoint. Here, when I go line by line, now I'm at line number 7. And now if I go to the next line, it is coming here. It is coming here. Why it is coming here? Because at line number 7, you said that I want to pass 2 values. So if you want to pass 2 values, it will find out in your program where is the area function which accepts 2 values. So things are getting resolved. It's not resolved at what we say runtime. This is actually resolved automatically at compile time itself. Okay. So when you're writing the program and before run, actually compilation also happens, right? So this is static, what we say, it is static binding. Okay, it's not dynamic binding. It's very static, that even before runtime, Java knows that what functions you are calling and where it will reach automatically. Where it will reach, it will understand it. Okay. That's why we say this is compile time polymorphism. Okay. One more thing. Can I make another function with the same name, everything same? When I paste this, now there is error. It's saying that, let me put hover over, duplicate method area int in type overloading demo. What it is saying that you're doing, same kind of thing, like same function signature. This is just first line, right? You may have different things inside that, but you cannot have exact same thing again, right? So that is not allowed. I'm deleting it. This is overloading. But what is overriding? We saw it, so I don't want to create it again. I will show you 2 classes which we created yesterday only. One was phone, I think. Where was that? Phone. We created this phone where we had sound function, correct? And then we created smartphone. If you remember, we created smartphone also. So in a smartphone also, we created a sound function. So here, there is one class which has sound function, smartphone which has again sound function, but smartphone is extending phone. That means smartphone is the child class or the derived class of parent phone. Okay. So this is overriding. This is not overloading. Overloading will happen only when you are doing the things in the same class. Overriding will happen when you are doing, when you are redefining a function in another class. And there is one more difference. In overloading, you cannot have this again, right? You cannot write this again here. It will show you that duplicate function. Okay. But in overriding, if you observe, this sound function is exactly same in the child class also. Same public void sound. See, this will be obviously different because you want to implement it on your own way, right? But the signature part is same. This is also same. In the phone class also, this is same. So that is again difference. That in overriding, you can have same function with the same kind of signature. Implementation means the actual thing what you are writing here may be different, right? Okay. So overriding is runtime polymorphism or the dynamic polymorphism. Why we say it's a dynamic or the runtime? Because the resolution happens when you execute it. So when you are executing it, at the runtime, it will decide which function to call. Okay. At the runtime, it will decide, okay, you want to call sound. So it will check whether this sound is present in this class or not. If it is not present, it will call its parent's sound function. That I already discussed in last session. It's very simple. That's why we say it's a runtime polymorphism. At the runtime, it decides that which function to be called. Fine. Second thing, for overloading to come into picture, there must be at least two methods of the same name, at least two methods. Then only we will say it's overloading. What it is saying that in the overloading, if you will not have this, what I'm showing you, right? If I delete that, then it will not be overloading. If I will delete this. Is it overloading? No, this is not overloading because it's a simple thing that you are creating a function and doing all these things, correct? This will not be called overloading. Overloading will happen when you will have at least two methods with the same name. That's it. Okay. For overriding to work, we need to have at least one method with the same name in both parent and class as well as in parent as well as in the child class. The same thing what we did. If you see here in the phone, we had two functions, sound and network connectivity. Fine. This is base class. In the child class, we had only sound. There is no network connectivity. That's fine. So at least one should be same. So in the base class, we have sound. In the child class, we have again sound. So at least one function, if the name is same, then only we will say it's a overriding. Okay. Otherwise, we will not say it's a overriding. You may have multiple functions to override. That is possible. This network connectivity or create another function. Let's say calling function or any function you put it like play video function, something like that. So in phone, you can have something like that or play games. You can have a function and in a smartphone also, you will have play games function. So that will be also overriding. Okay. The method must have different number of parameters. If both the method have the same number of parameter, their type must be different. And that is a good thing. That's a superb thing to talk about now. What it is saying that, going back to the overloading demo, what it is saying that if you are making two methods with the same, name, number of parameters should be different. Here we have one parameter only, and here we have two parameters. But what it is saying, let's assume that you want to create one more function to calculate area of some other shape. It's possible, right? That, or let me take, okay, same thing. Now, what it is saying is, it's not possible, same thing. So what you can do, one of the value, if you will make it double, one of the value, if I make it double, then it's fine. There is no error now. At least at 23rd line, error is gone. Okay. So at line number 11, you have two parameters. At line number 23 also, you have two parameters. Then how the problem will be resolved? Like how computer or the Java runtime will get to know that which function to call. Right? So that is resolved by how you're passing the variables. So for example, if I pass OD dot area, and if I'll pass 10 comma 17.25, okay, it'll pass one integer and second is double value, so that will call this one. This function will call this one. Okay, don't worry about what it is doing. Basically I can do this double first, then the things will be resolved, because then integer into double means the value which will have decimal points. Okay, float values. Now these things are fine. So there is no confusion that which function will be called, because this is resolved even while you are writing the program. Okay, it's not runtime thing. Okay. Okay, coming back to that. Both the method must have the same number of parameter with the same type. Yes, so that is important. Let's do something again with phone and smartphone. We are going to do. So we will understand this concept. It is important. So these three difference, if you will tell to anybody, right, you will get to know. And to whoever will tell you, to whoever you will know, define this thing, they will be able to understand. But you have to define it with example. Okay, how we are doing it. In that way, you should explain. Okay, coming back to that part.